Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Skippy, and today I'm doing a live commentary together with Kim Jong Lee. And today we have a 3 vs 3 31k. And now let's take a look at the armies real quick. We have Sparky's team over here. Sparky has 6 Cav, 2 Cretans, and 20 minus 6 minus 2. He has 12 Royal Pikes. Greco has 16 Urbans and 4 Praetorian Cav. And Mohammed has a standard 46 build. And Kim, do you want to introduce the players and the armies?
Yep, sure. So on the enemy side, the other side, we have Ezrax with what looks to be not quite 14-6 because he's got 2, 4, 6, I think 7 Archer Auxilia. And we have Cleomenes as well with 2, 4 Balearic Slingers, 4 Sacred Band Cav, and the rest Sacred Band Infantry. And then we also have, as the Scipio Romans, Hydra Optima with a 14-6 build, it looks like.
Yeah, so, and the first thing you notice is that Cleomenes' team has a lot of missiles. I think they have a little bit too many missiles, in my opinion. Like Ezrax, I think it would have been safer for him to go for 14-6. I mean, Cleo's build is fine, but it would have been safer for Ezrax to go 14-6. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good point to make. Of course, I'm not much of a fan of missiles in 31k, but I think there is maybe an argument to be made for missiles in this game against Macedon because the Royal Pikes are very vulnerable to missiles. But as you can see, maybe they've taken maybe a few too many missiles, and they've actually gotten a few of the Balearic Slingers kind of blocked on some things and getting in the way of some units as well. But it seems like they are slinging away at some Cav units and things, so they're doing a little bit of work, but it remains to be seen whether they're going to have an overall positive effect on the enemy, for their team rather than detrimental.
And to your point, in order to make that missile advantage work, they have to play like a bit of a skirmish game in 31k. But right now, Cleo is stuck on Sparky. Sparky, I think he caught Cleomenes in a very bad position because he's flanking with the pikes. And yeah, he did very well in catching the Sacred Bands, in my opinion. So it can utilize their infantry advantage right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sparky's actually positioned his pikes quite well. And it seems like Cleo's pikes are in a kind of disarray. They're not really in very good positions, and their flanks are getting poked quite a bit. And Greco, I like his positioning as well. He's just brought himself up alongside Sparky, but he's also kind of blocked off Ezrax from being able to support Cleo very meaningfully with his infantry. And this has kind of forced Ezrax, I think, to go for a bit of a charge through the middle there against Greco's guys.
Yeah, it's a good charge.
Yeah, it's a good charge.
But Greco's urbans were very messy. It was good that he had his urbans beside Sparky to prevent a Cleo from just pushing up also. But
the structure
his urbans were very messy. Yeah, Cleo could just charge in and Ezrax just charged in and routed 6 urbans. So good charge by him.
Yeah, a good charge. Definitely yielded results there, and this kind of forces Greco back as well because he doesn't have the urban numbers anymore on his side. But I feel like Greco could have probably kept sustaining that because remember, Ezrax has brought a lot of archers instead of urban, so I think Greco could have actually sustained that push a bit. On the very far left side, we see Muhammad playing against Hydra Optima, and I'm not sure actually whether there will be a proper fight. It looks like Muhammad is hard committing to this, so there probably will be, but Hydra Optima, I think, should probably consider donating a few Cav units to the cause on this other big battle on the other side there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I agree, especially since Hydra Optima has isolated Mohammed away from the battlefield. So if he moves like 2 Cav over there, then you can support.
Yeah, exactly. It does leave his infantry quite open to Muhammad just kind of rushing him down though. But it is something Hydra Optima can consider. But it looks like Hydra Optima and Muhammad want to duke it out on this flank really far away from their allies. And Muhammad is sending 2 Cav around the back of Hydra Optima, but these 2 units of Cav could also be used to support his allies, which is kind of clever because it's both a threat and it's also kind of support.
Yeah, and as you say, I think he's doing that right now. So yeah,
Yeah.
a pretty clever move by Muhammad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good move. He's sending another pair of cav around as well. So Hydra Optima might kind of see this as positioning against himself, when in reality it's positioning against his two allies, which are in this battle further away. Hydra Optima has reacted to this though, and he is taking units over to kind of stop Muhammad from being able to reach his friends. Looks like someone's general has died as well. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
the
whose it is.
Carthaginian general.
Carthaginian one. Right.
Yeah, the Carthaginian general died.
He is in a bit of
Yeah.
a pickle. Not doing too well, surrounded by all those royal pikes.
Also, if you notice, Greco pushed up on Azrax. I didn't quite like his formation. It was in a blob. His infantry were in a blob when he pushed up on Azrax. But he had his cav right behind there to support, and
Yeah.
Azrax's cav is too far away.
And Ezrax's
so that,
men
I think
are actually
it's a
facing
fine
the wrong
move.
way as well. They're actually facing the opposite direction of Ezrax's urbans were facing the opposite direction of Greco's guys, so they were just getting stabbed in the back and not fighting back. It's a big blunder on Ezrax's part. He does get a cav charge in, but he does lose a lot of infantry that could otherwise have done a bit of
Yeah,
damage.
and it's not a very good. Yeah, and it's not a very good cav charge either, actually.
Yeah, it probably
Because his
saves
cav is
some of
now
his
stuck.
infantry, but that's about it. Sparky does get a chunk of archers with his companion cav, though.
Yeah, they're pretty good stuff with his companion cav. And as you can see, Sparky is destroying the sacred bands over here. Like, his positioning was very good in the beginning, so that helped. Now, okay, sorry, Hydra Optima is coming in with the cav and completely routs Greco.
Yep.
Yeah, so good teamwork there and map awareness.
Yeah.
I'll say by Hydra Optima.
Muhammad is going for a charge on Hydra Optima's guys. So this was something I highlighted a little bit earlier, but if Hydra Optima sends too many cav away from his main urban forces, then Muhammad can just rush him down sort of with a cav advantage. So that's kind of what Muhammad's trying to do now, and he's positioning his cav to block off Hydra Optima's cav coming in as well. Muhammad's cav did do a bit of damage, but I don't think it's going to break Hydra Optima just yet, and Hydra Optima does have a bit of time to restructure here. And
Yeah, it was
his-
not substantial, I would say.
Right, yeah.
The
and
charge,
his cav
yeah.
is, again, back in position as well, so Hydra Optima could possibly react if Muhammad tries for this thing again. But I think the main fight has been narrowly won by Sparky's team. On the Macedon and Carthage fight in the center has been won by Sparky's team, but very narrowly, I'd say. It's not an overwhelming advantage, but it does mean that Hydra Optima now has to kind of win this game by himself, because his two allies are gone, and Hydra Optima still has most of his guys, but Ezrax and Sparky still have people left that they can use to support Muhammad. So
Yeah, but in my opinion, it's looking very good for Muhammad's team because I mean he has more urbans than Hydra Optima, and Sparky still has his pikes left. He has cav left. Okay, Greco is pretty much dead, but I mean the overwhelming numbers of infantry and cavalry, I think it's just going to be a bit too much for
Yeah.
Hydra Optima to face alone.
I think that's right.
So I think catching the sacred bands with his royal pikes was a very good move by Sparky, and it was critical, I think, to this battle.
Yeah, I think
If-
it was very
If
important.
he allows, yeah, because if he allows Cleomenes to just go in for a normal engagement, I think Cleomenes will probably just mow through the royal pikes. Yeah, okay, here we see a nice cav charges there by Muhammad and Sparky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Ezrax felt like he had to do something there to kind of maybe bail out Hydra Optima. Maybe it was possibly miscommunication, but I think maybe Ezrax just felt pressure to do something because if your opponents have the advantage, you have to make something happen. Otherwise, you're just going to get grinded out. And Muhammad is
Yeah.
slowly grinding out Hydra Optima's urbans with his own, just buying time for his allies to get there.
true.
Hydra
And that
Optima's
is also
going
the
for a charge.
psychology of the game, of the battle, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it forces you to react, and when you do things under pressure, you will probably make a mistake. There's a high
Yeah.
chance you make a mistake.
Can
I mean,
be suboptimal.
yeah.
But we see a counter charge
Yeah.
coming in against Hydra Optima's initial charge. This counter charge is going to do quite a bit of damage, going to rout a few units. And Hydra Optima's Urbans are now surrounded on all sides. So I suspect Muhammad's team is going to now try and target probably Hydra Optima's Cav, because those are the only things keeping Hydra Optima in this game.
Yeah, but actually no, I think they'll just target the infantry. They'll do a slice charge here. Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do now, because Hydra Optima only has 2 Cav left, so he can't really do anything much with them.
Yeah, he committed most of them on the where they charged in, so it was a counter charge, I think. But that's going to bode well for Muhammad's team. Good surround.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good game right now. Yeah, actually, nice infantry movement by Muhammad actually to surround Hydra Optima's Urbans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movement. It does expose the backs of his infantry to some of Hydra Optima's Cav, but I believe when Hydra Optima charged in against the backs of Muhammad's infantry, Muhammad had a counter charge prepared, and that actually destroyed most of Hydra Optima's Cav and most of his infantry as well.
Yeah, and Hydra Optima didn't have enough cavalry left to do anything, I guess. So
yeah, he had a lot less Cav because Sparky had his Cav in there, and obviously Muhammad had all his still remaining. So it was very tough for him after Ezrax and Cleo went down. It was very tough for him to kind of fight that, let's say, 1v 1.5, because the other 2 armies were a bit depleted when they arrived, but he did still go for it, so credit to him. Any closing remarks?
I guess he did whatever he could. Yeah, and also actually, I think out of all these 6 players, Sparky played the best for sure, because catching the sacred bands, and Greco I think was a little bit sloppy in with some of his urban movements. Azrax, I think maybe he just brought a for fun army, because I think usually you should go 14-6 in this situation.
Yeah, I think maybe Cleo getting caught out a bit there by Sparky's infantry is a bit of a mistake. I think Cleo wanted the engagement with Macedon anyway, because I can't see the Sacred Band doing too well against the Urbans, so I suspect the Sacred Band were to combat the Royal Pikes of Sparky. But what I would have liked to see maybe is Cleo splitting off some of his Sacred Band for Ezrax and Hydra Optima, and maybe Hydra Optima and Ezrax giving some Urbans over to Cleo, because that would help Cleo against the Macedonians quite a bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's a good game. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.